I'm a bit torn about where to stand because I kind of want to face you all, but I also need to see the screen when it changes, and I've got notes here, so I'll just be here, and I'll talk to you later. Go for it. Right. My presentation is called Zest for Design. My business is called Zesty Design. It kind of comes from my name, which is Esther Lemmens. I'm Dutch, and I thought I'd use a play on that name, really. So I've stuck with the lemon for quite a while now, and I really like it. So this is not really just to blow my own trumpet, but I've also worked with some inspiring people, and one of the organisers of the Hostelry Festival is one of them. They've got their third, let me see, it's running for the third year this year. It's at the Cathedral Hostelry, obviously, at the end of October, early November. And I've worked on the brochure this year, which has been great fun. I've been to the festival a few years now. One of the things they're doing this year is an exhibition of art. There's 12 pieces from local artists. And that's being displayed throughout the festival this year, which is very exciting, and I can't wait to go. I keep thinking 20 seconds might be the longest 20 seconds of my life. Another company that I've been really pleased to work with is Total Ensemble. They also perform at the Hostelry Festival. They're an inclusive theatre company. They work with people from all sorts of backgrounds, including special needs, and their performances are always really, really moving. One of the exciting things I did for them was Braille business cards. Anyway, we need to catch up now. Another client of mine was Swan Edwards Architecture. The first thing I did for them was look at sort of fonts when I did their branding for them, and I played with their initials and then some organic shapes and things like that. I even tried to find a font that had the shape of a swan. But then I thought, I need something else. I want some more inspiration. And then I found inspiration looking in a shop window where I saw this lovely brick brown suede shoe. And then I thought about the building materials. So I started working with that. And I ended up just abstracting the shapes and using the colours. And then I got feedback. And the logo turned out as the end of that last slide. Another client is Food Cycle. This is actually where I volunteered last year. They do great work. They collect food from supermarkets and shops that are a part of it. And then they take it all to a big kitchen, decide what they're going to cook with it, and then they make food and feed people all for free, which is great. Another one of my favourite projects was a book, the whole book of Beyond Bucharest is called. My friend Bob is a travel writer, and they went on their motorbikes. They're a couple that are retired, and they drove all the way to Romania on their motorcycles. That's a map that I drew for the book. That was great fun. And I used a section of the map for each chapter. And now I've run out of time. Come on, next. 3, 2, 1. Is this 20 seconds? Okay. The next Lego that I worked on was actually Katie's business. Gender Agenda, it's called. The existing logo's at the left top, and then we wanted to sort of tweak a little bit. The second symbol was more like what we wanted it to look like, so I doodled a little bit, and then it was a matter of combining the shapes, interlinking them, and then embossing them. Another thing I work on is billboards. Not that I'm actually interested in weddings or marriage as such, but it's an interesting aspect of design, because it's very awkward to design because of the proportions. And I kind of split it in 2 bits to make it sort of 1 bit for the bride, 1 bit for the mother of the bride. Another thing I work on is packaging. In my job as a part-time job at a local agency, I work at multilingual food packaging, to be specific. I quite like origami, so I use a picture of that. But a lot of the time is like fitting a lot of information on a postage stamp, which is what I used as an illustration there. I'm also really interested in languages, love languages. This is a Reiki manual for a friend who I study Reiki with. I also love alphabets and writing systems. And now the next slide, please. And I'm also redesigning a Hebrew course manual, again, for Katie. Like I say, I'm really interested in the different writing systems. Down the left bottom there, you see a bit of Hebrew. And the right top, I believe that's Japanese kanji. I might be wrong, please correct me if I am. Sometimes people ask me about pricing. They say, oh, how much do you charge to design a logo then? And I have to say, well, how long's a piece of string? It really depends on a lot of things. Some things come together really quickly and it's quite easy, and other things like the architect's logo that you saw earlier, that took quite a bit of time, a lot of sort of research almost. And I recently saw a presentation from this guy Simon Sinek, and he says people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. I found that really profound, because it's about not just being motivated by something like money or income or whatever, but also about feeling really inspired and fulfilled with what you do. And I feel I am. This is a logo I did recently it's a joint project with Katie and myself, and it's just something we did for fun, because we're always proofreading things, finding typos, especially in menus. So we came up with professional pedants, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, as it were. And that was great fun to do. And basically, I'm a scanner, which is not a device for, as it says in the dictionary, but I read a book recently by Barbara Sher, and it says scanners are actually people who can't ever stick to anything, got lots of interests, get bored really quickly, and once they try something, they move on. And that was really fascinating to learn that about myself. So as I go on, I'm looking into web design, e-publishing, which I can't wait to get into, app design as well. I'm also wanting to learn more languages, Japanese being one of them. And down the bottom there, just some of the doodles that I did recently. I haven't yet found a purpose for them, but I'm sure I will. Running courses as well. So anyway, that was about me. 20 seconds did go a bit quicker than I thought in the end. And that's it. Thank you.